Good morning. It's 10:10. It's time to spend some time with Christine and Terry at Generator Coaching.
Morning, everybody.
One of the things that we talk about is emotional control of your state. How do you stay in a state that keeps you in action? Getting things done, interacting well with your partner, getting more done in your business, getting more done around the house, getting more done in the garden.
Getting more done everywhere. One of the things that's really interesting is throughout our day, we're having emotions constantly. It's a constant thing. And the funny thing is they take us one way or the other all the time, off balance. Sometimes we're trying to control everything. Sometimes life just seems like it's hitting us right now. I think we're all experiencing that life's really hitting us, and we're not exactly sure how to control it.
I know I'm showing up a little more edgy, even more reactive.
Yeah, a little sensitive, a little on edge, a little more snappy. My computer has been yelled at quite a few times.
I think snappy could go multiple ways like that too.
For sure. And so it's interesting because in these times, well, all the time, but especially right now when we have something like a lockdown for the whole world, emotional state is key to be able to understand how to actually move yourself. And there's several different ways. We're going to talk about 3 ways that we teach people how to control your emotions.
Well, mainly how to stay in that emotional, like the centered self, where you're in the intentional state. A balanced intentional state is really where the focus is, because that's where we are most productive.
Right. And one of the first ways that I think is really important is really to be able to identify our emotions. And everybody talks about identifying our emotions, but the interesting thing that I have found in my years of working with people is we really mix up behavior and emotion. We talk about, oh, I'm sharing my emotions because I talk about how angry I am or sad or how guilty I feel. Those are actually behaviors. And we really mix those up, but you can tell they're behaviors because you can see somebody doing it. You can see somebody angry. You can see somebody sad. You can see somebody, well, actually, guilt in itself is actually a finding, not a feeling. It happens in a court of law. It happens when you do something wrong, for sure. The point is that behaviors, you can see them. Emotions, you can't see them, so you have to share them. And we either share them through our behavior or we share them by talking about them. I'm talking about feeling powerless. I'm talking about feeling invalidated or feeling worthless. You can't see when somebody does that, but you can see the behavior. And it's really important to separate those, because when we can start talking about those emotions, now we actually have communication.
So those of you that are just joining us, we're talking about how to be in that balanced intentional state. And so the first one he's talking about is develop effective results in habits or patterns. So identifying your emotions.
Identifying your emotions. Hi, Julie. How are you doing? Can't see the other person. So we're talking about identifying your emotions, being able to actually identify what's going on with me, and it helps us to actually step back and slow ourselves down instead of just reacting. The next one we're talking about is really changing your physiology, and all kinds of different gurus talk about this, where you get up and you start moving, and that works really well for a minute. I found...
What about like Michael Phelps? He comes to mind too, like the Olympic swimmer. Mm-hmm. He gets up on his platform and he like
beats his chest
and bounces it up a bit.
For sure.
And slaps
what
his
we're
body.
doing is we're creating this physiological change. We're moving our energy and we're getting ourselves faster. I've jumped up and down before I go on stage. I've moved around, run around. That's really getting our energy up, so that when we do talk to somebody, we deliver in an actual active manner, which is really important to be able to pull people into you. So for sure, changing your physiology is important. But if you're on a phone call and somebody says, no, I don't want your thing, that can kill your physiology right there. So go back to number 1, identify what just happened. Then put it away. Let it go after you identify. The third thing that we're talking about is really controlling your focus. And that goes right back to what I was talking about. Are you going to focus on the idea that somebody just said no to you, or somebody rejected you, or somebody hurt you in some way, or are you going to focus on what's next? And really, when we can decide that we're going to focus on what's next instead of get caught up in the last thing that happened to us or those bad things that happened to us, we can really start making changes in our life. Because all of our stuckness, all of our stepping back, all of our slowing down really relates to something bad happened back there, and I'm not allowing myself to move forward to have more happen.
So you're kind of saying back to living in the present moment. What can I do now, even if it's something different than what I was doing? Who cares? That's that.
Yeah,
What's
sure.
the next step?
It's about thinking about what you can do now to make it better tomorrow.
I love it.
Yeah.
That is simply put. So kind of the three things that we covered were...
Identify your emotions. Change your physiological state. And focus on what is in front of you. Focus what you can do instead of what happened to you.
I love it.
Yep. So, Terry Wager, Generator Coaching. Christine, Generator Coaching. We are here every day, 10:10.
Yeah, 10:10. We're here. We're here to connect with you guys and tell you about what's going on with us and our little tidbits and content.
Hey, Jessica's on. Hi, Jessica.
We'll see you in a few minutes.
Everybody, you have a good day.
Take care.